Hey you, it's Bia the Prophet here, and I'm ready to guide you through a Law of Attraction reading. Welcome, and welcome back if you've joined before. I appreciate each and every light being joining this meeting. Follow me now in this infinite moment for a message for the collective and individuals. Set an intention for this meeting. You already know what you want the reading to clarify. You attracted this reading and I'm cooperating with you. It is mutually beneficial. As I'm pulling the cards, use your intuition as well. Let us know any additional connections you made in the comments below the video, and the collected will benefit from the collective intuition. This is a body, mind, and spirit message addressing the basic human needs for self-actualization aligned with the 9 chakras as well. Let's start with why Spirit has called this meeting today. We have a few cards on the table, and let's see what we have. Oh, I didn't know that was under there. The first card out. Oh, no, this would be the first card out because it's on the bottom of the 2. So the first card out is the release card. The release card is similar to the death card in traditional decks. But in this deck, it is, well, in most decks, it's about a release, but it's called release in this deck, and that makes a difference. The intention of the author makes a difference in a tarot deck. Excuse me, I'm gonna get something to drink. Sorry about that. The release card is aligned with the crown chakra, and it is what you're meant to understand. So Spirit would like to bring this energy into focus. A spiritual transformation. I'm getting from this card that you are on the precipice of the new beginning, like something major, because this is a major arcana, something major has changed, like you've crossed the line. You've crossed the line. You're on the other side of the death and rebirth. You're in the rebirth portion. So depending on where you are in your journey, you would feel this on different levels. So maybe you woke up today and you feel somehow different, but you don't know what that feeling is. No, I'm telling you what the feeling is. I'm giving you this information. You're on the other side of the death and rebirth, and we go through several deaths and rebirth, actually every night when you go to sleep, or whenever you go to sleep. When you wake up from your slumber, you are reborn. You take that first breath of consciousness and you are literally born anew. You're a new person because of the sum of the experiences and decisions that you've made in the past. But this is a major arcana. So from this day moving forward, you're going to notice a difference because I've just told you that. So you will notice now that I've told you. Thank you, Spirit, for helping me with this. In the position of the mind, the current focus of your mind and aligned with the Earth Star chakra, this is what you're meant to acknowledge. We have the Page of Water. It's interesting. I'm thinking about how I haven't seen the Page of Water in a while. This card hasn't come out in readings in a little while. The Page of Water is talking about a new emotional experience. And I do remember the last time the Page of Water came out, that is the message that came through. A new emotional experience. So perhaps this is what you focused on and is now manifesting from today, moving forward, this new emotional experience. I remember, it's coming into my head now. I was talking about an emotional experience that you hadn't had in your life. There's a word for it, and you might know the word for it, but you're going to understand it on a deeper level, I guess is the word. Thank you, Spirit. So, it's like if something, this is the image that I'm getting, if there is something up on a wall at the top of a staircase, it might be interesting to you. The closer you get to it as you walk up the staircase, it's going to move from interesting to beautiful. That's why it's hanging on the wall, right? It's beautiful, but you are going to understand the nuances of it that make it beautiful, not that transform it from interesting to beautiful. I got a little shiver with that. Sounds amazing. And what I'm getting is that the emotional experience is good. It will feel good is what I mean by good. So that is good news, that it's going to be an emotion that is positive, based in love, especially if you match it with your own love energy. The more you do that, the more you will love it. I just heard from this card, going back into the water. Going back into the water. And then we have in the position of the body, so how you're feeling in the physical. This is what you are meant to trust, aligned with the Gaia chakra. We have the energy of the High Priestess. So in these two cards, both of these two cards represent heightened psychic and intuitive abilities. Psychic is what's being emphasized. heightened psychic abilities. Developing your psychic abilities and trusting the wisdom that you receive. Interesting. So perhaps some of you collected are coming into your own on your psychic abilities. Maybe from this day, we were talking about that. In the position of security, so how you're feeling about your sense of security, aligning with the root chakra, what you're feeling the energy of the 6 of water. So you are remembering something, or maybe you will remember something. I'm being drawn to this cute little dog. I don't know if you can, in the picture, trying to cuddle with the little girl. So perhaps you're remembering a pet that you had in your childhood, but you're remembering something from your childhood. And we have the Archangel responsible for balance from the balance card in this deck, standing in the background, orchestrating. So your feeling about your sense of security is romantic, like romanticizing. Something you're romanticizing. What does romanticizing mean? What does romantic even mean? I've never looked that word up in the dictionary. So perhaps you want to look that word up if you have a hard copy dictionary. But I would just use my phone if I were you. Okay, let's see. So we have 2 6s clarifying the High Priestess. 6s talk about communication, cooperation, and harmony. And then we have the balance, the Archangel from the balance card, and she's waving the flag of the sun in this card. So they are pointing to their major arcana counterparts. This 6 of fire is in the health position and aligned with the sacral chakra. So it's what you care about. This is what needs to be taken care of, either nurtured or cut out. It's a 6 of fire. That's the victory card. So I would say nurtured, right? This card is talking to me about promotions, awards, scholarships, like winning something in the physical based on your ideas. So, for example, if you get a promotion, you get, maybe a title, maybe more money, maybe more authority or something like this, but it's because of the ideas that you demonstrate in the position that you were in before, Same with the scholarship. You write most times you write a essay, for the application process, and you win the scholarship based on the ideas that you've put into your essay. So based on your ideas, you're winning something in the physical. Let's see. Something I meant to notice. Because the cards aren't coming out. Let's see. What am I meant to notice? The sixes. Oh no, I did say that. I was going to say these two sixes, the water and the fire, are clarifying the high priestess. Now we're going to clarify the page of water. Okay, so this card came out. This card came out next. And this card, wow. Wow. We have the King of Earth, the Six of Earth, and the Queen of Earth. So we have a divine counterpart situation going on here. And then the I just heard money, 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 money. So, I'm not a singer, but I felt like I could do it. I don't know how that sounded in the microphone, but wow, wow. So I'm getting from these three generosity from and to you. Like this card is literally about giving and taking in an equitable type of way. And it's like giving and taking between feminine and masculine energy. So allowing and acting, like action. It's so funny. I always talk about, the components of this message showing up. And I was watching a TV show, just a random TV show because nothing was on. And I saw this one TV show, so I went back to the beginning just, to wind down for bed. And it's, I think the show is called Blood and Treasure. I want to say that's the name of it. And it's about these, people searching for antiquities. And they happen to be searching for, in the first season, for Cleopatra. Like her tomb, it was stolen, and she was buried with Mark Antony. But there's a crown, Cleopatra's crown, and it had jewels in it, just like the jewels in this throne. And I'm remembering that jewels just like this, like these same colored jewels, as if there are no other colored jewels, but the one author drew this deck, but the connections that different cards have to each other are sometimes intentional on the author's part and sometimes intentional on the author or the illustrator's inner being, which is connected to the whole of the wisdom that is, you know. So I was noticing on the strength card these same these jewels, and I was noticing then there was another card and it had the same it seemed like those were the jewels. Okay, it was in the one of air, and those jewels were in the crown. Excuse me. And so I'm noticing them here again. They're jumping out to me. But in Cleopatra's crown, those jewels, the same colored jewels, like it goes from red to green to blue in all of these illustrations, but it was just like that in the crown, and they pointed the crown out in more than one episode, or these jewels were a part of the storyline. And so that's jumping out to me. I don't know why. I don't know, are you going to come in contact with some type of jewels, or I haven't yet learned what the meaning of the whole jewel thing is quite yet, but follow me. You can smash the subscribe, definitely smash the like button. I understand that it helps the channel grow and gets the message out to more people who might want to see it, so you can be that instrument. But getting back to the reading, in the position of esteem, we have the King of Earth. As I said, this energy is aligning with the solar plexus chakra. Thank you. Interesting. The solar plexus chakra, and in this position, it's what you do, like your best quality and skill, as in I do this, right? So this card right now is talking to me about being a good person to work for. So here we were talking about promotions, awards and scholarships. I don't know how being a good person to work for applies to awards and scholarships, except for you do have like advisors and, you know, people who do things for you if you happen to be a student. And so basically they are working for you. So I take back what I said when I said I don't know how. So now I apparently do know how. But I wanted to take a look at this pentacle, because in a recent reading I was obsessed with what the pentacles had on them, and I realized that the queen had a depiction of the sun on her pentacle, the card, the sun, the archangel that's on the sun. And so the king has the same depiction on his pentacle. And I was also concerned about the queen's, I keep getting so off track, but anyway, I'm telling you what is coming to me about this part of the throne sticking out from under her dress, and how the way on this side her dress and the rabbit are positioned, it doesn't look like it's a part of the throne. And I know these two have the same throne, so we can see the other foot of the throne on this card. Something about the other foot, but I'm not sure what Maybe that means something to you. In the position of belonging, which is aligned to the heart chakra. So your love, how you create the energy of love you need for the actualization, is sharing your wealth. Sharing your wealth with others. Okay. With others that are less fortunate. And I keep being drawn to this pendant she has on her neck. It's a heart, but it reminds me of, speaking of connections to other cards, it reminds me of the pendant on the Three of Air. The character on the Three of Air has like a brooch, and here it is. She has like a brooch on her shirt. Thank you, Spirit. A brooch on her shirt. And it's giving me like a feeling like that brooch is the same. Like there's two different generations. Like this, the brooch is passed down, and you know how one person might have a piece of jewelry and then it's passed down and another person changes the gem into something else. Speaking of gems, changes the gem into something else, like from a brooch to a necklace. So something, perhaps you are receiving an inheritance from something being passed down to you, a gem. Something being passed down. Passed to you. Passed. So I'm being corrected from when I say passed down to passed to you, but not PASSPAST. Passed to you. It sounds the same. It is the same, but it's both. Okay, it's both. Past. I can't even pronounce them differently. Past to you. Okay, after all that. And then in the position of the actualization aligned with the throat chakra, we have the Queen of Earth. This is, the throat chakra is how you speak or express yourself in the actualization. And the energy of the Queen of Earth is a sensible approach. A sensible approach. A sensible approach. I'm hearing it musically, like in a musical. Like someone would start, you know, how in a musical they kind of start the song off by saying a particular word or a particular phrase, and then that becomes like the chorus of the song. but they repeat it a couple times. I can't think of an example. I'm only hearing a sensible approach, like like some sort of Disney movie, but not a cartoon. They don't do that in the cartoons. They do that in like the fairy tale type of movie, so live action type. So perhaps there will be a movie that will demonstrate the components of this message. If a new movie comes out from Disney, watch it. We're looking for, in this deck, words of wisdom from Spirit that would further clarify this reading. I believe we have 2 cards that came out together. Yes. It's Know Your Truth and Journey Within. Know your truth. So we're talking about here about your ideas bringing forth a new level, a new step, and the next step, a new emotional experience. But and I was talking about something in the physical coming from ideas, and the next 3 cards were Earth cards. So definitely something in the physical having to do with your ideas. Know your truth. So what are your ideas? And journey within. And I remember I haven't, this card hasn't come out in a while, but now it's flashing to me that journey within doesn't, and I'm not sure what the guidebook says about it, but for me as a reader, what it means, what it keeps coming up that it means to me intuitively is when it's saying journey within, it's the opposite of without, even though without has a different meaning than within. They're not normally opposites the way we use them in context in English. So it's like journey with your inner being instead of without your inner being. So it's a message of asking for help or you being aligned with your inner being at this time. You would know if that is the case. If you are feeling good, then that is a sign that you are aligned with the whole of who you are and therefore all that is. So take this journey, take this next step, this new step from this new experience. Take your inner being with you. Take joy with you as you go on in this adventure, which is on the other side of the rebirth, which is on the rebirth side of the death. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So clarify your ideas and take joy with you. Take your inner being with you. Then I keep hearing, so within, as within, so without. But how does that apply? It's like as above, so below. Okay, so it's reminding you that as above, so below, as within, so without. There's another one, but it's not coming to me. I'm getting that it's going to come in another reading. There's a third part to that, but it's saying that the message that I'm getting is that your inner being is, well, that just makes sense. In you, is both in you and outside of you. In you and outside of you. So it is you, but it's also all around you. Your inner being, therefore, has a perspective that you don't have, that you can't see, because your inner being is connected to everything and everyone. And when you are within your inner being, you have the perspective that your inner being has. And when you are without your inner being, meaning that you're pinching yourself off into negative fear-based emotions, when you are without, your inner being still has that perspective and is ready to give it to you when you are ready to allow it to be given. So when you are back in joy. So I'm getting the sensation of someone being so excited to tell someone what they saw, what they learned when they were out, like without. So your inner being will be happy to tell you all that happened while you were pinched off from the whole of who you are, when you're outside of your inner being. Keep in mind that it is necessary to sometimes go outside of your inner being, because it does help you to look at this. Look at this. It does help you, I was going to say, to clarify what you want, and then you can excitedly bring that information back to your inner being once you are within. I'm getting like being within your inner being is like being in a bubble, like a force field of protection. I'm getting from this card, I've never gotten that from this card before, but I'm getting the "Don't Worry, Be Happy" song in my head. Now I'm just hearing the I guess it's not the instrumental part, but I don't know if someone's using their voice as an instrument. Do 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 do. Don't worry. Do 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 do, that part. Be happy. Do 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 do. So I don't know, the do 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 do, that part has some significance. It's not just the "don't worry, be happy." Maybe it's telling you do something, because we were talking about going between the allowing and the action. So when you're within your inner being is guiding you on a path to your manifestations, to your desires, in the biggest, best way, so that you will recognize this as something you created, guiding you along the path with signs and symbols that you have, like inside joke type of sign and symbols, and you have to allow yourself to trust and have faith and go on that path. But your inner being is also giving you inspiration. Those signs and symbols also inspiration as to what you should do next. And so following that will take you in, I don't want to say a roundabout way, but for some reason roundabout is coming through. But taking you around resistance to the destination. So imagine if you're driving along, if there's a tree growing in the road, you want to go around that. So the tree represents your resistance to your desires, and the car represents your inner being getting you to the desires. And it's fun to go fast, but you have to know where the trees are. You have to be able to see the trees so that you don't, crash into resistance and, suddenly find yourself in a fear-based type of emotion to keep it going. Look, here she is. I don't know if these two cards have ever come out together. Yeah, they must have. They have the same archangel. And I was saying in another reading that this flag, it's the same flag, but I can't tell if this is the same person. And I was wondering if, because the Knight of Air rides a unicorn, and I was wondering if it's the same person. But now I'm reminded that the Knight of Air is the same character from the Four of Air. So it can't be the same person because that person has brown skin. Is this person wearing a helmet on the unicorn? Because unicorns fly. So Archangel Uriel on these two cards. What you're meant to learn in this position, aligned with the intuitive chakra, is to give gratitude. Now I'm being drawn to the scroll in the fire that this archangel is holding, because it's reminding me of this fire, especially with the flag being the same. There's a connection again to the cards, either intentional or unintentional, or either intentional or more than intentional is a better way of phrasing that. But the scroll would be something physical. So I was talking about an idea. Fire represents ideas, inspiration. So the idea and how it manifests in the physical. Like he's holding them like justice's scale, like they are the same. Obviously, one is going to have more weight, and it looks like it's the fire, but the paper would have the most mass, because it's one is gas, and one is something solid, But the paper is the one that looks like it's floating, and the fire looks like it's heavier, if those were like a scale, but it's the opposite. But the idea is the thing. The idea is the thing. The paper is just the manifestation of the thing. The idea is the thing. I don't know why I keep saying it. The idea is the thing. So this was an excellent reading. It's what I have for now. Take this message however it resonates for you. Look forward to the components of this message showing up in the coming hours, days, weeks, in different ways. That's just how the law of attraction works. Until next time, remember, you and you alone create your reality. Enjoy it.